Q&A number 6. Hello and welcome back to Jeremy's Garden. It is one of the last walk and talk Q&As. There's a possibility next Friday I'll be doing a walk and talk Q&A. It will probably be the last one, but there's also a possibility that the closing of the property here in Virginia will make this the last Q&A. That is walk and talk. So yeah, welcome back everybody. It's Jeremy's Garden. And yeah, if you're new, slap subscribe, stick around, lots of great content. Yeah, I don't know. Sale of the property is coming up. It's gonna be soon. Gonna be on down the road, and I am more than excited to be on down the road. I mean, 95, 96 degree temperatures in September with the humidity feels like of over 100 degrees is when you're exposed to the weather 24/7 because you don't have a shelter that you can really escape it. That's a lot, man. Anyways, I've been asked a lot this week, why New Mexico? And it's fairly simple, because, like, that's really honestly an actual answer. Because. Just because. It's actually spoken to me. When I was younger, I was blessed to have a job that allowed me to travel around, and I literally traveled everywhere in the lower 48 states. And I basically worked in all 48 of the lower states. And everywhere that I went, I treated it as if it was the only time that I would ever be there. And I went and saw and did as much of this country as I possibly could in the allotted time that I had. And fortunately, a lot of the people that were doing the job that I was doing had the same philosophy. So we would wake up at 3 in the morning and take a 5-hour road trip to go and see something in the one day that we had off, or the one day that we had free to go and do something. You know, so we would go and see it, and then we would drive 5 hours back in that one day that we had to go and do it, because we didn't know when or if we would ever get back that way. I drove across New Mexico 6 times. Only once did I spend about a week and a half working in Albuquerque. And I totally was just always, I loved the area when I was there, driving across it. It is beautiful. Even before that, in books and in movies, New Mexico has always just kind of called to me for whatever reason. It's just always called to me. And honestly, when I was in Washington and my house that I was renting came up for sale at an absolutely ridiculous price that it should have never have sold for, because it was had so many issues. I feel so bad for the people that bought it, because they overpaid, way overpaid for that house. And yeah, it is, yeah. Okay. Anywho, one of the first places that I thought of was New Mexico, because I was like, I'm going to start over, and I've always wanted to do the homestead. You know, love gardening, been building this big garden there, and just love it, love it, love it, and want to do the homestead thing as well, because they really honestly kind of go hand in hand. But I just want the freedom to be, I want the freedom. And anybody can have it. They honestly can, you know. You're stuck in a city somewhere thinking, I'll never get out. It's not true. You can. You can totally live the dream. You can totally be yourself. Your freedom is there. You just have to go and do it. And you have to be like me, where with this property right here, yeah, I ended up getting basically shut down 10 days into the project because of the road easement issue that happened here. And I'm not giving up because of that. I'm more determined than ever to go and do it, because by golly, I'm gonna go and do it, you know? I've lived my life paying the rent to other people all my life. And you know, no, I'm done with that. And I'm not gonna buy a house and just settle because it happens to be what's available and in my price range. I'm going to get land, because you can still get land, and I'm going to build the house that I want to build, the house that I want. Yeah. But yeah, New Mexico. I came here to Virginia because, well, because my son is in the Navy in Norfolk. But he may not always be there. And after this whole easement issue and turned into limbo land, you know, I'm a couple hours away from him. You know, I'm not anywhere near Norfolk. I thought to myself, I gotta go and do me. I gotta go and do me. And New Mexico has just continually been a place that has called to me. So I'm going to New Mexico. And it's great because it's less than 2 days drive to the East Coast. It's less than 2 days to the West Coast. And it's less than a day to the northern Canadian border. I mean, how flippin' cool, you know? I mean, when I was in Washington, to drive to go and see my son was a 5-day drive. It's like 4.5 days, you know? So that's a long time. That's a lot of gas. Or, you know, I mean, you can get it, yeah, I know, you can get an airplane. But still, that's a lot of money. It's pretty much, it's just one of those things where if I want to take a little mini vacation, I can totally drive over, see my son, drive back. I mean, why not? You know, because I love driving, not because I don't like flying. Flying's fine. But I love to be able to see the country. I like to get my feet down on the ground and out in nature. And if I can stop and see a national park or a state park, I mean, it is so wonderful. Hear the birds chirp or the fish jumping in a stream or lake. That's what I love. And New Mexico is going to give me that opportunity to go east, west, or north, or even south if I wanted to. And it'll all be right there. Fairly convenient. you know, as far as distance. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. And it's kind of semi-arid over there. So I'm going to be out of the humidity, which I have decided I definitely don't agree with. Personally, I'm not into so much humidity, I've decided. I will visit it, but I don't want to live in it. Not anymore. So yeah, that's about it, really. Thanks for sticking around all this time. Thanks for a Q&A number 6. I mean, shoot. I mean, that's really pretty cool. That's really actually very awesome. And I'm looking forward to Q&A 60 or Q&A 600. Wow, could you? Wow. All right. Thanks for watching. Love y'all. Till next. Click like, subscribe.